Hi, Gordon Pilcher here again. I've been running into a few issues. I don't know if anybody else has seen these marks that I'm getting on the map. There's been several issues with these mods. I'll try and cover each one of them. It's sort of now dependent whether I finish this map or not. What I did have here was an issue. I had to go back and I had to draw a cantery in by hand. Which sort of didn't make sense, because if you're in the cab mode, what you have is just the wires hanging over the top, and just get out of there a minute. I'm going to open this up, alignment, the track thing here. You just have to click on here. I don't know what's going on with this now. Find it where it is. And I could have an issue because some of these mods could be clashing with others. Now over here it asks me if I'm drawing a track to put the cantery in, which I had been doing. There's not enough identification, not enough information here to, when you're in here and you're sort of working your way, to find what actually is doing what. Yeah, like that's, their third rail and stuff like that, and I tend not to use those. I'm more pushing to get the high-speed rail in. But if you go here, high-speed rail tracks no poles. So where's high-speed rail track with poles? There's only the high-speed rails identified by that sort of a silvery colour. The thing is, you can put it in, then you've got to go back and put all the poles and such like in. It tends to drag the entire operation out. But then I've also got another issue as well. Some of these I don't know whether, to be perfectly honest, I appreciate that somebody's actually done these mods. I'm not 100% sure whether they're worth even running. It would be nice if there were videos on YouTube that related to a lot of these mods, so you could actually put a bit of an explanation before you actually downloaded them all. Only get three. I mean, there's these things for tunnels and that. So you got three choices here. Basically, it's eliminated the. As you can see, there's no high speed there. Or what seems to recognize, you can recognise as high speed. So you do that one. That's third rail stuff. I tend not to use third rail because as I've said in the previous video, I'm not fluent or on enough on British rail to know what runs third rail and what doesn't. I can't see. Yeah, I seem to have lost all my. I didn't even see it. My concern is that if I turn a mod off mid game, what else? A particular mod of what else does it have an effect on? I don't really want a visible track. The train needs to know where it's going. I need to know where it's going. See, that there looks like a high-speed track. See, that there's no poles. Just wait for high speed. Well, if you turn the Cantery on. So this is it. It's some of the stuff's kind of ambiguous, you know, and but yeah, that's one of the issues that I'm running into. But there's this other issue. I think I showed in the previous video when I tried to draw a bridge. Some of this stuff's starting to look real tacky, you know. You can clean it up, but you're going back and doing a lot of work all the time. Like you're riding through a bog or a swamp or something. That was that line that I fixed. I finally got it all worked out so that turn the line manager on, you can actually see it. And the lines are all going into there. But what I'm doing is, if you have a look here, I sort of stopped on that at this stage. I can come back to fix it, but trying to find these big ruts. They really look bad, you know. There's one there. Now I don't know whether it's a mod. The thing is, I'm concerned about if I turn every mod off and then I've got to try and work out which I had turned on again to come back in here and to make sure that I haven't got an issue somewhere else, you know. I can handle all that sort of stuff. I can contour it, but it becomes incredibly frustrating when you're as I showed in the previous video. This entire map, this one is actually it's doing what I wanted it to do, but it's quite problematic. Yeah, trying to work out where I was somewhere else. I had those big ruts. There we go. Oh no, at no point have I tried to put a road bridge in there. They're just appearing everywhere. And you spend half your time trying to fix up. Look at that one. Now I don't know whether this is an experimental maps issue. It does have a warning about experimental maps. What's a little bit annoying here is if I shut this down, turn every mod off, I'm going to hope like crazy that I can get all the right mods back in there. But I also found, and I love the fact that this, find it. It's a little service station. That's the one I've moved to the town. But these are just dropped out in the middle of the outback here. Can't see any more. They don't relate to anything. There's not even a road running to them. I might have removed them all now, but Oh, it would just be one of those things plonked there, for instance. And it's actually, you have a look at it. Bet I can pull one up, I think. That's it there. No, it's not. It's that one. But it needs to be attached to something. But to drop a service station, it makes it a little bit unrealistic. Out in the middle of just out past the black stump, you know. Generally, there's a road to the black stump, but let's pop that one there. So, like you do your fuel deliveries. But I reckon it's a great idea, but just to have it out there in the middle of nowhere, it just seems, and it's not, it doesn't connect to a road when you set the map up. Just these little glitches, you know, that sort of. That are sort of. Like you get that fuel icon for. Trying to see where it's. Probably under that. I'm trying to sort things to see if I can see it. Yeah, there we go. There they are there. Now I've put them all in towns, but they were, as I say, were just out in the middle of the. Past that, there's a stump out here called the Black Stump somewhere. But anyway, yeah. So it's sort of. Is there? I'm not even sure. It's just called gas station. So I'll have to get out of here, go and look, have a scrounge through the mods. There's all just little tiny. And what I was trying to do is replicate that, not replicate it, but sort of head in that direction. Like I don't mind all these other mods out, you know, like that sort of stuff. To me, that just sort of adds, and the coffee refinery and the coffee farm here. But that stuff's great, but when I'm running into these other issues now, also we had a train here. I won't turn it on now. If I ran it, and I was trying to mess around with the line manager on it. You get this loud banging sound. Yeah, it disappeared now, it's not there. But it looks like a British Rail thing. Like a little. I don't think what it was under. It was under that because I had a choice of that or something like British Rail. We'll just give them some of this stuff. Like all this stuff is brilliant now. Yeah, I can't see it. Yeah, if I click on all. No, I can't see it now, but it it served the purpose. It was like a little how do you call it? Like a rail car type thing. Bit like that red one, but done out in British Rail livery. And if you went anywhere near it, you clicked on it, you get a bang, it shuts the entire thing down. You know, the whole program just crashed. Yet it loads into and when you're loading mods, and the problem with all the mods that I've got in here, yeah, I'm bragging a bit about having that many mods, and I don't know whether it's actually detrimental because, well, most of them seem to work, but it can happen if you get a crash like that. It can take a good 10 minutes to reload the program. But anyway, yeah, so if you may not see any more of this particular map going up, I'm going to have to try and work out where these problems are, because like I said, I'm having problems. I mean, I've never ever had a problem building a bridge before. You can start to see it when there's just pulling a level crossing there. If I try to turn that into a bridge, I get too much slope. Now I'm going to have to go back and do some elimination of, the first thing I'll do is I'll eliminate every mod, turn every mod off, and then try and run it again and just see whether we still have the same problems. If the problem like that persists, then it's possibly the experimental map thing, not a particular mod. If anybody else has had these issues, I would be really curious to know, because country road a minute. In theory, I should be able to make that a bridge. It's affecting the entire ground level. I mean, there is one. Unfortunately, I can't use my left arm hand at all. It doesn't work. I mean, you can do this. Even I was even having problems with this. See it now? Look at what it's done. And I'm still trying to figure out why you have bridges without supports, you know. I don't want it ends up with a support there. Now if I can close that there and try and rebuild from that and just bring it down, you know. Oh look, now it doesn't even look real. But I've still got that big bridge over the other side. I mean, that looks kind of stupid. What I did do, and I think this sort of work. And it's sort of kind of crazy. Now you could shorten it up. Yeah, you could. work probably. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. I took too much off it. I'm not getting this too much slope business. I've never actually seen that before. So if anybody's seen it, I'd be curious. Leave a comment below and give me your thoughts on it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day on this and just go back to running. I'll turn every mod off, run it, see where these glitches still appear, and then slowly just bring stuff back online as I go. Which means I've got to start up a map. And anyway, yeah. So if anybody else is seeing that problem, it'd be really, really good. I did get as far as circumnavigating the map for the passenger line. While we're waiting. Oh, what are we waiting for? Yeah, there's two lines on here. Actually, they go around the map. That one, I don't know what's caused that one to get plugged up. Oh, pain in there. Got. Yeah, we'll just get rid of that. Now these other ones can go. That was always going to be a problem. It was an unfinished line. Yeah, what I did, I'm going to high speed mode. Whoa, doesn't like high speed, eh? Well, yeah, admittedly, I think I turned OPS back up to 4. Not back up to, I think I turned it up to 4K, but that's not, doesn't mean that these other issues are, that's outside of Transport Fever. I was curious to see what the video resolution would be like. You got one going this way, and there should be another one going the other way. Oh, that's half the problem. Not half the problem, but what I'm going to do . Okay, that's when it crashed earlier with that. I just want to save the map. Actually, what I want to do, I was in the wrong place. Forget that. We won't worry about that. We'll just turn this off. Now we can go flat out on. Should be a train coming in the opposite direction, which is what I was after. And that part of it worked fine because I'd never ever used this British system of you know, the train on the left hand side of the lane like the cars do. Okay, well, I've figured out that. And I kind of like it. Works. Don't ask me what side the trains run here in Australia or even where that. I mean, when I was a kid, I went from Auckland to Wellington on a train. That was back in the last millennium, obviously. And that's where my interest is. You know, I never wanted to be a train driver. I just wanted to have a model railway so I could. As a kid, I went up over the Rarimu spiral and I'll never forget it because if you look out the window, if you're near the front, you can see the back of the train coming in and out of the tunnel. You know, you might be coming out of a tunnel and the back's still coming into a tunnel. The spiral is that kind of tight. It's an amazing piece of engineering. And that basically is what always is stuck in my mind travelling on this train. You go through the tunnels and they'd say shut the windows with the they were steam trains, you know, the smoke would come back to the carriage. Never get the smell of that coal. I mean, it made me a very pro-coal person after that. Whether you burn it for power or train, I just like the smell of it. And it has that memory as a kid. And that's really why I do this. Yeah. I'm not sure I'm going to do. It'd be interesting to see if I turn every mod pack off. Turn every mod off and then try and replicate those problems with the building bridges. Like my son's got this on his Mac Pro, 12 core, old cheese grid I think I mentioned earlier. 12 core with 128 gig of RAM, and it's running fine, and he's not having any problems. But there again, he hasn't run experimental maps yet. But I'm just going to be curious to find out what it is. But I'll send it all off, and I will keep you informed if I've eliminated it. It's one thing to find a problem; it's another thing to show where the problem lies. Well, that's about all I can say at this stage. I don't want to keep talking together to turn the other direction. But I do love the fact that one of the things I'm really happy about, looks like the developers have actually worked with these guys that have done this stuff, fixed this up. Like not everybody drives on the right hand side of the road. A lot of countries still have left hand. Not that we're going to be changing. It's just that we've always travelled on that side of the road. Countries like Britain, I think Japan drives on that side of the road too. So it's really handy, Anyway, that's it. I won't hold you up any longer. But that's it. And I'm really there's that ridge again. So it's anywhere the trains cross, the train line crosses a road or something. It's the way they intersect. Anyway, catch you later. Bye. I'm Gordon Pilcher.